kind of amazing to think how far you've come in a year.
It really is. I mean, when I was talking about it up there, it truly is. Like when you sit back and think about, last year I was just signed to the team, after 2 really bad years, and we didn't really have a goal. I don't think anybody really knew how I was going to do and if I was going to adapt or not. And I think for KTM it was a pretty risky kind of signing, if you will. So it is crazy to look back a year later and see all the accomplishments I was able to get this year. Obviously with the championship being the premier and a dream of mine as a young kid, and to be able to achieve that the first year on the team, I think shows dividends of how amazing this team is. And to get my first pro motocross outdoor win, finish all 17 rounds of Supercross and 10 of the outdoors, it's a lot of little goals that I was able to accomplish this year, and that end up being, way past what I think any of us ever expected. So it's cool to be back here year 2 and see the progress that the team's made and I've made, and the relationships I've grown with them, and how strongly I trust them. And it's really actually cool to see and kind of reminisce and remember the unknown of last year to where this year, we have maybe a path now, if you will, and all kind of the same goal and what we're working towards.
Yeah, I mean, I remember celebrating your first Supercross win last season, and then you put together a string of them.
Yeah, it was a lot of firsts last year, which was amazing, and especially for me, it being my first year on the KTM, being the first year on this team with new people, with Alden, and to be able to, get a first win, first podium, outdoors, first win outdoors, first ever championship. I mean, we really did awesome last year, and so it's crazy to think about and really see. I don't think I would have ever guessed that happening, and I don't think one person would have called that happening last year. So it's pretty cool, story when you think about it, and but it's exciting for the future. Like I said up there, I'm excited for the future, and I'm 23 years old, so I feel like I have a lot to learn and a lot of maturing to do. So hopefully, this year goes well, and we just keep building.
Missed you at the end of the outdoor season, missed a couple races. How are you doing now? And we got to see you knock the rust off, I think, last weekend at Straight Rhythm.
Yeah, all good since the knee. I was able to take, I took 6 weeks completely off, which was good on the body, but also for my knee, it's 100%. I was in Florida doing a lot of rehab with Eldon, and I rode, got on the bike the Monday before Straight Rhythm and rode the 2-stroke all week, just kind of had fun, and it was a pretty non-pressure race, so we just went and did that for Red Bull and stuff, and it was fun. It's a little different, but it's good to be back on the 4-stroke. The 2-strokes were great, but obviously there's a reason we race these 4-strokes, so it's cool this is my first week kind of back on the 4-stroke, and getting some, actually did some testing, and just kind of getting back into the flow of getting prepped for 2020.
Yeah, it's funny watching the forums and some of the comments from people going, "Oh, what's up with Coop last week?" There's serious racing, and then that was a little more on the fun side.
For sure, and for me, like I said, I took 6 weeks completely off and hadn't ridden, and I had, I think, 2 days on the 2-stroke, 3 days just to really kind of mess around and get a feel. So it's a lot different, and I've never done Straight Rhythm either, so it was a lot different. That style of racing is really high speed, and you gotta. I was lacking in the scrub department. So, but no, all good. It's October still, so we have plenty of time, and like I said, just getting my feet wet again, getting riding, and I already feel like I'm at a way better starting point than last year. Last year I think things didn't really click for me really until January. So to see how much fitter I am this year, stronger on the bike, and also just have a good base setting. We're starting on last year's race bike, so it's so good to just get on that and go ride and not have to set up a bike, for the first 3 weeks I'm on it.
Coming in Anaheim, you're not going to be able to sneak up on people this year.
Yeah, there's no sneak attacks this year. Now it's good though. That's obviously the goal, and what you train for is to be a champion. And now I think it becomes harder. You got to prove that you're the champion and that you earned it. So I'm sure there's obviously the target on the back with the #1 plate and stuff. So, but hey, that's what you sign up for, and that's what I'm looking forward to, is that challenge. And it was really cool to see. This is my first time seeing the bike with the #1, so it kind of I had to pinch myself a little bit, made it feel definitely a lot more real. So it's really cool.
Fortunately, it's not your first time doing that.
Yeah, I've been lucky in the lights class, to run the number 1 before, but obviously not in the premier 450 class. So it's a whole new challenge, and last time I was in the 250 class able to defend, so I feel like I have some experience when it comes to that. But like I said, this 450 class is gnarly, and it's a whole new ball game, and everybody's going to be on their toes and another year stronger. So but yeah, I'm up for it, and we'll see what happens come January.
Is it going to be just attack from the drop of the gate?
Yeah, I mean, it's a long season, and I was able to learn that last year, and consistency is very important. But last year at the beginning of the series, there was a lot of mistakes on my part. So like I said, I think for me this year, coming in with maybe less nerves, with a bit more of a familiarity with the bike and the style of racing and the guys I'm racing against. And I think that was a big thing for me last year when I did get that first win, was just like, I've never raced with Kenny or Eli or Marv or anything like that. So it's just like, you're a little bit, I was starstruck at first, to be honest, and then you kind of get used to it and how they race and how they ride, opposed to, the guys that I was racing in the past. So, like I said, I think being familiar with racing up front and leading laps and what it takes to actually win is a huge experience that I was able to gain last year. And yeah, I think it's obviously it's a long series. You got to be in every weekend, which I think I was able to do last year quite well. So we'll just keep building, and whatever race day brings is what it brings.
Trying to stay healthy through a whole season like that, it's gnarly. And I mean, was there anything going on last season at any point where good, bad days or things that we didn't know about?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, I think it's every racer has not only a bad weekend, but a bad run at some time. And yeah, for me, obviously there was practice crashes that you kind of keep hush-hush. I mean, one thing that still obviously you can't see right now, but affected me was at Houston. I had a practice crash and got a 3rd-degree burn on my leg, so we were having to adjust my riding for that and really take care of that. And then later in the year, a sickness that I think it was New Jersey, was up all night throwing up, and then you have to go race. And so yeah, that's what we get paid to do, is when it's time to race, you got to buckle down. And everybody has troubles and injuries or illnesses or whatever it is. So it's, to me, that's half the battle of winning a championship, is to be able to fight through that and on those bad nights, make the most of it and not give up.
Man, the last we saw, you were charging at Indiana, and it didn't end well, though.
Yeah, unfortunately, the very last moto of the year had a crash. So definitely it was not what I was looking for to go in off season. But unfortunately, I have to miss that straight rhythm and then the Monster Cup. So I make sure I heal up properly and make sure I'm healthy and then strong when I get back on the bike. And but for sure I'm here and didn't want to miss that.
How long before you get back on?
Well, I'd say for sure at least a couple weeks, I actually have one of my physio that's coming over and staying at the house, so we'll be able to put in some good work with Alan's program, and I'm definitely looking forward to get back on, on the cardio, on the routine, and make sure back stronger. It's hard when you have a little injury, but I have everything behind me, and around me, the people, the team, and so I'm excited for that.
Let's just not do like last year, though, and have that injury right before the start of the season.
Yeah, that's why I want to make sure I'm healed up properly. And last year was like a nightmare, getting hurt right before the season and being on the bike only a couple days before Anaheim was definitely not ideal. It's not good. Even when you feel like you're 100%. It's hard going into Anaheim 1, and so this year I want to be like the years before, when I put in some better work. I mean, good work. Not that I've not put in good work before, but with injuries is not the same. So I'm definitely excited. It's always cool to see new graphics. The team all regrouped here. It's always a good time.
It's funny. I posted a photo a little bit ago and said, "Oh, new look for the bike," and everybody goes, "No, it's the same." Tell them what's different.
I know, yeah, it is a little bit different. You see a little really orange, light orange, and a little bit more white, a little bit bigger number on the side, Brian Moreau mentioned it, so thanks for that. Better look of it. Yeah, I know for the people, for the fans, not much of a change, but we have great support of KTM and Red Bull, and we want to keep it clean and the right color for Red Bull.
We'll start the countdown now, and we'll see at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, we'll start the countdown, but I feel like I'm feeling pretty comfortable that I have a few months, at least 2 months and over before Anaheim 1. And it's good. I also decided not to do any off-season races in Europe because I don't know when I'm going to be back on the bike, and if I'm not ready, I don't want to go to those races and not perform. So I wanna get back healthy right now and back on the routine, like I said, and looking forward to January.
We'll miss you in Paris, though.
I know, yeah. Paris is always, a great race, and fortunately, it's not possible this year. Always have a good time with the French fans, so hopefully we'll see you, in the future.
All right, Blake, we missed you at the end of the season. How are you doing now?
Yeah, just wasn't feeling good, so decided to sit the last few out and just regroup a little bit. So I rode Wednesday, knock off the cobwebs a little bit. So still haven't been in the swing of things. Just enjoying a little bit of reset time, but this will kind of be the start of it and slowly ease back into it. But we'll be ready once it comes go time.
You learning the track out here today while we're watching?
Yeah, I'm going to be in a second. So a little eyeball over the camera for this interview to see what's in store for me.
And also a new kid, so that's huge. And then I guess if you're going to take some time off and be off the bike, being able to do that around birth of a child is pretty cool.
Yeah, we dialed, so we nailed that absolutely. So yeah, little man's good, mama's good, and I couldn't ask for anything other. It's awesome to have a little guy, and just feels feels like a whole reset on life a little bit.
Man, you got a win in the bag this year. What are we in store for in 20?
I don't know. I got one, so the goal is to get more now. So we'll see what we got, but just go out there, ride a few laps today, and have some fun.
I'll let you get after it. You got some good news a week or so ago.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Great news. Actually, exceptional. I'm so excited, so grateful. This whole situation that I'm in now, and this team, the Rocky Mountain ATV-MC KTM, all the staff over here, man, it's such an incredible situation for me. I'm extremely happy where I'm at, and also truly believe in everyone on this team and the motorcycle and the equipment that we have with KTM. So I couldn't be happier, man. I'm just trying to keep this thing moving and keep progressing and have a real off season for once, and come into Supercross a lot more ready than we've been.
Are we back to healthy again?
Hey, man, it's obviously a never-ending thing, but I'm much better off than I've been in a long time. So I will say that. All the stuff I was dealing with this summer and throughout Supercross last year, still trying to get a wrangle on fully, like the full program going forward, but I took some time off. I got rested up. I'm feeling much better. So I'm able to actually ride, and to be riding first week of October, Supercross on this team, getting all this stuff figured out, man, it's something that I literally been praying about this. You know what I mean? It's not always this seamless, and you don't always get along with people this well. So on top of that aspect of things, with the comfort and the having fun and the environment here, you have the best bike. It's such a beautiful thing, man. I'm very, very excited.
How tough was it last summer you're struggling through that stuff?
It was definitely tough last summer, just trying to get through it and put my best foot forward with what I was given at the moment. You play the hand you're dealt. It is what it is. Nobody really cares what your problem is. You have to figure out as best you can, and that's all I was trying to do. It was difficult because in my head I feel I'm capable of so much more than I'm doing, and it's frustrating, but I don't have a deal yet, so I can't stay home. I have to keep going out there and giving it what I got, and regardless of how I feel, I have to go try my best. So that's what I was doing, but man, I'll tell you what, God been testing me for a while. I went through so much stuff the last few years that felt minor in comparison to the last, especially like 2018. It felt small bump in the road compared to what that year felt like for me. So all of that I feel like has been preparing me for the moment I'm at now, where I have a chance to actually make the most of this opportunity. You don't understand how much timing matters until that happens for you. I couldn't have got this 2 years ago and been ready. So man, like I said, I'm very excited and I'm extremely grateful.
It's interesting some of the times out there where, man, you go get a killer start and then, it's kind of fall back through the pack a little bit, but you're showing what you can do, and doing the best you can at the same time.
Yeah, like I said, it is what it is. I mean, I'm going to go out and give my best regardless. When you're dealing with certain things, as we're all kind of figuring out in this sport, it makes it really tough to go charge for 35 minutes, it just does. But that's where experience, age, and wisdom, longer beard, all of that factors into this, learning and just trying to get better and figure out my program more and more, what works for me. I can't ask somebody how I feel or, what I believe is right. I have to reason with myself with those things. And yeah, man, like I said, the last couple of years have really prepped me for this moment. So very excited.
Today's a little bit of a tough day. You're trying to learn a track while everybody's watching.
Yeah, I mean, that's always tough. You got new gear, new boots, do all this stuff, new bike. You're trying to go learn a new track, and everyone's out here just standing there watching. But it's all right, man. I don't mind that too much. I'm not scared of the jumps or anything, really. So especially when you have a good bike and all of that, you trust everything a lot more than if you didn't. So it's all good. We're not going out here to set land speed records. We're going out here to have some fun and throw a little style maybe and have some fun, maybe get some photos. That's what these kind of days are for. I love it.
Well, good luck, man. Stay healthy, and we'll see you at the beginning of the season.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
You're not in riding gear. What's going on?
I'm not riding. Me and Coop went on a mountain bike ride in 215 trails last week, actually Monday, and just down a hill, hit a rock, and went over the bars and sprained my wrist, but I'll be fine. I'm gonna ride Monday, so it's a little bruised, but I actually got a lot of motion, and it actually doesn't hurt anymore. So, and it's only October, so I'm gonna be smart with it. So we'll ride Monday.
Don't you know mountain bikes are dangerous?
Well, when there's rocks everywhere, there's like 3 feet tall rocks, yeah, it's a little hairy. But yeah, I'm not going back there.
Well, welcome to the team. It's what do you think? It's maybe some better equipment for you.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, I didn't even know this. We're at a KTM intro right now, so I can't believe that I wasn't expecting this at all. I think this is like amazing. I don't think any team normally does this, so it's awesome. But yeah, good equipment, great people. Everybody's super nice and always wanting to help. Even when you think you're comfortable on the bike, they still want to do stuff, and it actually turns out better. So no, this is definitely they have so many resources, and I'm thankful. And yeah, I think 2020 is going to be a really good year. Red Bull straight rhythm was really good, but I'm going to bring that to 2020, so it should be good.
It was interesting, when they were interviewing you up front, you're talking about when you got the call and the offer,
yeah.
you were having trouble sleeping.
Yeah, it was I signed the deal right before Unadilla, and that whole week I couldn't sleep. I was just too excited, worried. I don't know. It was just a mixture of everything. And yeah, when they called me, I was freaking out. It didn't even seem realistic, to be honest. But yeah, it was awesome. So I know Coop helped me a lot this year with this deal. So honestly, I can't thank him either enough. So yeah, we're doing good.
It's Pierce Brown here, not Ricky Fowler.
No, this is Pierce Brown this week. So
hey, nice to see some speed out there last weekend, though.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I felt really good last weekend. We got a 4th overall, which was sick. I was just praying I would make a top 5, hopefully, but no, I was definitely blessed to come out there with the 4th and showed some speed and had a good time too.
Okay, Supercross is new for you this year, but what do you think? What's it going to be like out there?
Yeah, Supercross is new to me still, but I have spent a little bit of time on it, so I'm not too unexperienced at it, but still just the grind of doing it every single day is different for me. I'm having fun with it now. I feel like I'm taking to it pretty well as of right now, but this next coming month and off season is going to be a tough one, so I'm ready.
What's it like making the jump up?
It hasn't really sunk in for me yet. I'm just out here doing my everyday thing, like riding dirt bikes, having fun with it. So I feel like once I start racing in stadiums with everyone I've looked up to my whole life, it'll click in for me. But as of right now, I'm just out here having fun, just doing what I can to be better.
Well, good luck out there this season.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Brian, welcome to the USA and welcome to the team. What do you think so far?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really thankful for being here, and then like with all those people around me, and then being like in the official team. So I'm really happy.
It's a big change from what you've been doing.
Yeah, of course, it's a really big changement, and then like to switch like from Kawi to KTM, it's really urge, and then like I'm really happy because it's what I wanted to be since a long time. So yeah, now I am on the KTM, and I'm really glad, you know. So that's fine.
I think we saw you last year in Paris at Supercross, so I know there's some Supercross experience there, but maybe a little?
Yeah, I mean, in Europe I haven't been riding a lot in Supercross because, you know, to ride over there was quite tough, you know, because the track, it's kind of always raining, you know, so it was tough to train. But yeah, I rode Supercross a bit, but I'm looking forward to ride here and then to work even more. So I know with a good preparation, you know, it can be okay.
Does it help having Marvin over here and being able to bounce questions off of him?
Of course, it helps a lot because he knows everything here. He has been here since a long time, so I'm really thankful to have Marvin and Matty around me. So yeah, I couldn't expect better.
So no riding today. Just you've maybe been on the bike a couple times here.
Yeah, just watching, and then I rode twice this week, and then I'm watching the guys, and will be good to see them riding.
Any idea East or West Coast?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do East Coast. Yeah, this year.
Cool. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you this year.
Thank you.